I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Thunderstruck podcast with Tori. My name is Tori Ancona. I am your host of covering all things Los Angeles Chargers related. This is episode 10 of the Thunderstruck podcast with Tori. Sorry for the late upload. My power has been out since 5:30 a.m. and it came back on at 7:04 p.m. I rushed to make this episode happen just to find out after I started to edit that my mic wasn't connected. I'm having a great day, guys. I don't know about you, but hey, I am committed to make sure that I get this preview in. And what preview is that? It is the Chargers versus the Commanders. The first time that the Commanders technically play the Chargers in the Commanders era. The last time they played, they were the Washington football team. And very excited for this game. It's actually the America football game of the week. And yeah, these are teams that are injured. Both of them, actually. Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, and Sam Cosmi. Really good players for the Commanders, especially Terry McLaurin being a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. They are not playing against the Chargers, so will the Chargers take advantage of that? We will see. The Chargers are playing without Joe Alt and Darius Davis for sure, with Will Dissly, Tucker Fisk, and Mekhi Becton questionable. Very interesting that Joe Alt is not on the IR. Could be a very big positive thing, despite the fact that it was graded a high ankle sprain. However, he's not on IR, which would have sidelined him for 4 games, which is really interesting because maybe he comes back maybe in 2 weeks or less than that. I heavily doubt that he is going to play next week's game against the Dolphins, but maybe the game that I am actually going to see with my dad, the Chargers versus Colts, he can make a return, and that would be extraordinary timing. Even if he does return, I still wish that he doesn't re-aggravate that injury. Knock on wood on that. I mean, he is the difference maker, especially with Rashawn Slater not being on the field this season. So very looking forward to when we get Joe Alt back. But for the meantime, Mekhi Becton is questionable with a concussion. However, he was a full participant in a full contact jersey and pads on Friday. Such a good sign. If he doesn't fill in, I would like to see Foster Sorrell or some other guard to fill in for that role. Maybe Andre James, or maybe even put Bradley Bozeman at guard and Andre James at center. Something that's different, that's not putting Jamari Salyer at right guard. Why do I say that? Well, Jamari Salyer should play left tackle until Joe Alt comes back because, in the last episode I mentioned how effective he has been at left tackle when he performed there. I mean, in his rookie year, he had an extraordinary year, so filling in for Rashawn Slater when he was injured. So very much looking forward to seeing what the plan is. I really hope Mekhi Becton is back, so maybe he can even fill in at left tackle, or I think what would be the best plan is that you put Jamari Salyer at left tackle, then you put Zion at left guard. Best case scenario, I think, for the Chargers is that they put Andre James at center, but Greg Roman made it really clear that he likes Bradley Bozeman to be the starter, so I guess that will be the case. But keep in mind, if he continues to perform the way that he's been performing, I would like to see Andre James at center. He's an NFL vet at that position for a reason. Throw him in there. I think it would be very, very beneficial. But for the meantime, I think that they're going to still move with Bradley Bozeman at center. And then right guard, hopefully Mekhi Becton. I am praying that that will be the case. And then you have Trey Pickens at right tackle. Also, Will Dissly being back in the lineup would be huge for pass pro reps and definitely run blocking, and freeing up my next transition topic, which is feed Amarian Hampton. He already has the it factor at week 5 sooner than I thought. I mean, week 1, he was getting his feet wet. Same with week 2. Then week 3, gets his first touchdown. I saw in person. It was awesome. But he had some clutch plays there. And then, of course, the first loss of the Chargers season just so happens to be his best career game, and probably the biggest positive of last week's game, which there wasn't really any positives to choose from, but that was definitely one of them. Amarian Hampton needs to be utilized in the receiving game as well. He needs to be on some screens, some nice routes, maybe some wheel routes. You've got to put Amari and Hampton in the receiving game, along with, the rushing attack. I really like putting Tucker Fisk in there if he is off the injury report. I believe he has a toe injury, but if he comes back, you need to utilize him as a blocker, along with Will Dissly, Oronde Gadsden, maybe even throw Trey Harris out receiver for those run blocking plays, because he came in clutch with a block that set him up for a long 50-plus yard touchdown for Amari and Hampton last week. You got to really utilize him and what you got there, but also I want to see other running back touches with Hassan Haskins and Kamani Vidal. You got to feed others the rock, especially the players that haven't really got in really any touches this season, because I guarantee you the Commanders are not expecting that, and I think that could be a big advantage for the Los Angeles Chargers offense. Also, basically more important than what I just mentioned, you got to put this handsome man in the position to throw the ball. You need to protect this man. You hear me, Chargers offensive line? I know you're banged up. It don't matter. You are going against a banged up Commanders D-line, a 40-year-old Von Miller. You got to protect Herbert. If I see Herbert sacked more than 2 times, and if I see him on the ground more than 3 times, I am going to be so furious, because last week was atrocious at protecting Justin Herbert. So I really think that if they give this man time or give him some schemes where he throws the ball quickly, I think the Chargers will be in the best position to win, which I am not going to make a prediction this game, because last week I was so confident that the Chargers were going to win. So I'm just going to say, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who is going to win this game between the Chargers versus the Commanders. I don't know who's going to win this game. I really have no clue who's going to win this game. I have no idea who's going to win this game. So there's my answer for that. However, you got to protect Justin Herbert. That is the name of the game. You also got to take away the rushing attack when it comes to quarterbacks. We've been struggling with that with Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart. That is all that he did last week, was rushing. And then you have Giants fans in the comments probably being like, oh, he actually threw a touchdown. It was a 2-yard tight end shovel pass. Congrats. We got to put maybe a quarterback spy on him like Deion Henley, or maybe even throw in Tony Jefferson at spy, or maybe just for the hell of it, just put Derwin James right there and blitz him. We got to put him on the ground. His knee injury is significant when it comes to stuff like that. However, it's still Jaden Daniels. I think he can overcome that, and gotta watch out for the run. Also, our third down defense needs to be 100% effective. There was a lot of plays where we needed the defense to stop them on third down. Did not happen until the very end of the game. We came up with a big 4th and goal stop. Shout out Aloe Gilman, but we need to take advantage. If it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, utilize that. We need to pressure the quarterback. I think Tuli Pelotu will have another baller week, hopefully. And Cleveland Farrell being out of the practice squad would definitely help the Chargers with some pass rush. Maybe he gets some touches there. Tier Tart, Deshaun Hand. You have Bud Dupree, who I hope kicks off pretty strong, and same with Kyle Kennard. I really want to see those units work very effectively in stopping the quarterback. Yeah, that's basically all I got for this episode. It is extremely short. What else can I say? Yeah, I'm also going to mention that Ladd McConkey, he is going to, knock on wood, come back stronger than last week. I mean, last week he probably played the worst game of his career. I still have full confidence in Ladd. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? I think the attention is on Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen, and I think that will open up Ladd McConkey to get some touches. Maybe Trey Harris some touches. Maybe we finally complete a pass to Keandre Lambert-Smith. That would be nice. Just saying. And also, I would love to see maybe just one good play out of Tyler Conklin. I mean, I really thought that was the pickup that was going to help this offense completely, and yet he has yet to really kick off. However, Oronde Gadsden, 5th-round pick, he's been stellar. He was stellar against the Broncos. He had some catches against the Giants. He is going to be utilized more in the red zone. I'm going to call that, knock on wood. watch out for that. Oronde Gadsden, he's going to be a baller this week. I'm going to say he's going to get over 40 yards. I'm going to say Ladd McConkey is going to get over 60 yards and a touchdown. I'm going to say Justin Herbert's going to throw for 2 touchdowns. I'm going to say Marion Hampton is going to get more than 100 total yards, scrimmage yards. Yeah, those are my predictions. Who I think is going to win, I have no idea who I think is going to win. So I'm going to just say whoever I think is going to win, I'm just going to wave that hat around and show you guys who I think is going to win this game. I'm not going to say it out loud because I jinxed it last time. So I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to just show you that. I'm going to just show you this. That's who I think is going to win this game. And then they're going to bounce back. Knock on wood. Score prediction, I'm going to say 27-17. Book it. It's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you guys for watching this episode. I really hope that the mic was plugged in. But I really appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. If you're watching this on the day of the game, hope you have a really good game. Hope the Chargers have a really good game as well. And I'll see you in the next episode where I'm going to recap the Chargers versus Commanders. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.